boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime with Nonie and Jim and George here. We wanted to talk to you today about Christmas because Christmas is coming up very fast. We've got our tree here, and George, can you wait? No, it's so hard to wait for Christmas, isn't it? Waiting is a part of life, isn't it? And I'll bet all of you have had times when you have had to wait for something very long and it was very hard, like maybe when you wanted a bicycle for your birthday or something you really wanted and you thought that time was never going to come. Or Christmas when you're waiting to open your presents. Or Elizabeth, remember when you had to wait for your house to be built? It seemed like it took a long time. George, what are you doing? Are you trying to get inside this box and see what you were getting for Christmas? I'm sorry, George. No, you can't get in. You have to, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Let me kiss it. You have to wait, George. You can't get inside your presents until Christmas. What am I going to do with you? Now, you saw what was in the box, didn't you? No. You know what, George? You need to remember some lessons from the Bible that we've studied about waiting patiently. That's right. You need to remember those lessons. Okay, you want to help me review? You don't know? You can't get into the box, George, not yet. We're going to talk about waiting patiently. It's not something you like, but it's something that's very important. Do you want me to take the box? Okay, then don't open it. Okay? You're going to wait. Okay, here we go, George. I really need you to help me. Do you remember there was a little boy in the Bible by the name of David? David, do you remember what David did when he was a little boy? Do you remember? What did he do? Something very important. Yes, he had a slingshot. And what did he do with his slingshot? Yes, he killed Goliath the giant. Yes, he did. And what did he do to get ready so he was able to kill that big bad giant? Yes, he took care of sheep. And what happened when he was taking care of his father's sheep? Do you remember? He used a slingshot on a lion? Yes, and a bear. That's right. So he was learning lessons, wasn't he? Practicing while he was taking care of his sheep. You remember one day there was a man by the name of Samuel who came and anointed David with oil, and he said, David, you are going to be, yes, king someday. That's right, George. Did he get to be king right away? No. He had to wait a long time, many Christmases, didn't he, before he was able to become king. Many birthdays. He had to wait. You know what I think we need to do, George? I think you need to put that on Jim's head. He'll hold it for you, okay? Can you put it on Jim's head? Want me to help you? Okay, here we go. A nice crown. There we go. Remember that David did become king, but it took a long time of waiting, and he learned a lot of lessons while he was waiting. Here's the other story. George, do you remember there was another little boy by the name of Joseph? What was going on in Joseph's life when he was a little boy? That's right, he was dreaming. He had dreams, and he dreamed that someday he was going to be somebody very important, right? Well, before he got there, his dad loved him so much. What did he give Joseph? Remember? That's right! A coat of many colors. Let me help you with this there. Here we go. A coat of many colors. And Joseph had to wait a very long time, and he learned some very hard lessons too. Do you remember what happened to Joseph while he was waiting and waiting to become somebody important? That's right. His brothers took that coat off of him, and they sold him into slavery. It probably seemed like Joseph waited a very long time before he could become king. or ruler. What, he was sad? Yes, he was very sad because he had to lose his family. How did he make it? Do you have the glasses, George? Yes. You want me to help you put the glasses on? Do you remember what those mean? God helped him have his eyes so he could learn to wait patiently. And Joseph was learning many lessons too while he was waiting for God to fulfill his plan for him. That's right. And one day, Joseph got to be ruler too, like David got to become king. He had to wait a long time, learned a lot of lessons. Well, George, you know what? There's another person we need to talk about. Shall we put these glasses on, Jim, so that we can remember we need God's eyes? There we go. It's funny, huh? Yes. Well, there's another person we need to think about, especially this time of year. And who do you think that might be? God waited a long time to send this little baby into the world. And it was, yes, Jesus, God's own Son. He came into the world as a baby. Did he stay a baby? No. Let's take him out of the manger. Do you want to hold him a minute? Yeah. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not die, but will have eternal life. He didn't stay a baby, did he? Let's put him back down over here. What happened when he grew up? What did Jesus do, George? That's right. Oh, George, that's right. This is a very pretty cross, but what happened on a cross? It doesn't look like this. Do you remember what happened on the cross? Jesus died. Yes, they killed him, put him on a cross and killed him so that he could take away our sins. Yes. And now, is Jesus still on the cross? No! Where does Jesus live? In our hearts. Yes, he does. He lives in our hearts. And he's also in heaven, isn't he? And someday he's coming back. And we are waiting for Jesus to come back and take us to live in heaven with him. It says he's gone to prepare a place for us. And right now, while we're waiting, what is one of the most important things that we can be doing to prepare for that time? Yes, love. We can love. Who are we supposed to love, George? God, yes. In fact, Luke 10:27 says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And who else are we supposed to love, George? Yeah, there's your strength. That's good. Yeah. Who else are we supposed to love? Yes, love each other. Even people who don't love us, we're to love them. Well, George, thank you for helping us remember that while we're waiting, there are lessons we can be learning. Shall we say Merry Christmas to the boys and girls? All right, let's do. All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We love you, and we'll see you next time on Storytime with Nonie. Bye-bye. Okay, George. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2. Can you count, George? 1, 2. 1, 2. There you go. Okay. Now here's what we're going to do. When I talk about waiting, you are going to be a naughty little monkey. And then I'm going to catch you, okay? And so you are going to get in trouble. But I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's right. Okay, and so when we talk about David, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to say, like, what was he? What did David do when he was a little boy? And, there you go. These things, oops. These things, oh yeah, okay. That's a candy cane? He was a candy cane? He ate candy? No, no, no. He didn't eat candy. Yes, it was the shepherd's staff. And then, because here's the shepherd, and you get, oh, love a little lamb. That's right. And then one day, after a long, long time of waiting, he became king. And that's not going to work, is it? So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on Jim's head.
Okay.
Can you do that? Oh, good, good. I thought I was going to have to help you, but you did it. Okay. And then when we talk about Joseph and I ask you, you know, what do we know about Joseph when he was a little boy? Look over there. Yep, there you go. Before we go to God's eyes, remember this? That was the coat of many colors, yeah. And if you can just kind of like really get it all, you know, wrapped around yourself to where it doesn't even work. And I say, I know, let's put it around Jim. Yeah, and so when you put it around Jim's neck, okay? Okay. Do you think you want help with that? Yeah. Well, we can leave it on you for a minute. Yeah, because you do look pretty cute. Yeah, and so yes, you're a movie star, George. And then we'll say, remember how David learned to have God's eyes and look to see things from God's perspective, and he had to wait a very long time too, because God told him he was going to be a ruler and he was going to be a ruler and his brothers were going to bow down to him. He had to wait a very, very long time for that too. Yeah, that's very cute. And so, but because you aren't going to be able to help me with these props, why don't you put them on Jim? No, not on his head. Not on his head. Here we go. Okay, there we go. But the eyes, they have to go on Jim. Like, oh, sorry, like that. Okay? There we go. Okay, yeah. Oh, no? You don't like it? What do you want? Huh? You want them on me? You want them on you? You want to wear the glasses? I don't think it'll work, George. I don't think it'll work. Can you help me with them on? You try. All right. So, after we talk about how they learned lessons while they were waiting, like trusting God, we're going to talk about the very best story in the Bible, and that is why Jesus came. And that's when you're going to go over here. Do you see the baby in the manger? Can you get him? See, that's why you can't wear the glasses. Jim needs to wear the glasses. Can you hold it? Uh-oh. Here, I can help you maybe. Okay, yeah. If you bring him over here, I'll hold the manger and you can love the baby. Yeah? That's oh, George, we can't drop the baby. This is baby Jesus. Okay? And then we're going to oh, you want to hold him like that? Oh, that's nice. Okay. I think we're ready.
Okay, now when did he open the box?
Well, we didn't go into that part. You want to practice that, George? Oh, that's good. Yes, you did it perfect. That's that's right. Should we sing that song? Only a Boy Named David? Okay, you want to help me? All right, here we go. Only a boy named David, only a little sling. Only a boy named David, but he could pray and sing. Only a boy named David, only a rippling brook. Only a boy named David, and 5 little stones he took. And 1 little stone went into the sling, and the sling went round and round. And 1 little stone went into the sling, and the sling went round and round. Round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And 1 little stone went up in the air, and the giant came tumbling down. That's right! Good job, George!
He's cute.